Howdy everybody, it's Amy here from Amy's Sparkly Diamond Painting, and I am really excited about sharing this particular video for you today. This is a diamond painting video, and I have not just one, not just two, not just three, but I have 4 diamond paintings here to share with you. So this is going to be a little bit longer video, so sit back, get something to drink, and enjoy the show. So this comes to me from Artdot. So first off, thank you Artdot for sending me all 4 of these beautiful kits so I can share them with you. And if you've already seen some unboxings of these, there are a couple out there. I do appreciate you continuing to watch mine as well, because we each have maybe a different take on the artwork here and the different products that we have to share. So these did come to me from China, from Artdot, and they were boxed in a very sturdy box with lots of tape. And that's why you're not seeing the box here, because it did take me a little while to break into it, but that meant that the diamond paintings came safe and sound. So I'm not sure yours will ship quite the same way. They may come from US warehouses, I'm not sure. So these came in a different way for us content creators. So keep that in mind as we go through this. So we're going to start with the first box here and see what we got. So these are resin square full-size diamond paintings, and there is a set of 4 that you could choose from, and they are all inclusive and come in these beautiful round storage here with a carry handle. So this is an elastic carry handle. You can take it with you anywhere if you're going to diamond paint at a friend's house or an event, maybe a craft event at your library. These are fully inclusive and come with just about everything you need, all in this really nice, very sturdy tube. So you can probably already see the art here on the first one I grabbed. I just randomly grabbed one. I did not look at the titles before I grabbed them, but I'm really happy to see the first one we're going to look at is the kitty cat. So these all come from the same artist, and her name is Simone Grunwald. I'm probably butchering the name a little bit. She is a German artist, and she goes by schmoedraws or schmoedraws for her Instagram, Patreon, YouTube. She's out there where you can see her artwork and see all the beautiful stuff that she makes and learn a little bit more about her. I've done some of that. I've checked out her website. She even offers digital booklets on starting out as a beginner creating art, so that's pretty cool. But she was into art design and video game design and anime design for several years when she was starting out. And now she has a family, so she stepped back a little bit from full-time work and does mostly freelance now. But a lot of her artwork is about relaxation spaces. She's really into the outdoors and cozy scenes where you can just get away from the world, read a book, and just relax away from all the hustle and bustle of a busy life. And she also wishes that she could be tiny. So you will see that come through on her artwork here, because there will be tiny people in these, which is really sweet. That's why this little person here, this little girl, is leaning up against a cat. That would be like one of her perfect relaxation getaways if she could. So one of the things that you will notice, this is not AI art. This is made by an artist, just like the Zoe Lee Artdot diamond paintings. And I think that really comes through in the artwork, because you can see the expression on the characters' faces. Now I do show some AI art, and I have messed with my own AI art. And a lot of times I will turn away from an image or not choose it for diamond painting or cross stitch or whatever, because it doesn't look quite right. There's something about it that doesn't generate well. It looks kind of generic. And you'll see with these that that is definitely not the case. These are part of the artist, part of Simone's self coming through in the art, and I think that makes them extra special because you can break away from the world and picture these characters and what they're thinking and feeling based on their expression. So I have seen previews of all 4 of these. So I should quit talking and let's get right into them and talk about the diamond painting here. So these are 4 more advanced diamond painters, although a beginner could work their way through them. So if you are a beginner, don't let that turn you away. These are 18.7 by 27.6 inches. So they are pretty big in centimeters, because diamond painters all speak in centimeter world. Here it says on the box here. That is 47.5 by 70 centimeters. So they are pretty big, but not gigantic. So we've got the thumbnail image. We have a lot of information here about stress relief, sparkling art, age-friendly craft, and everything that's included in here. And I think this is one of the things that makes these particular diamond paintings from Artdot rather special, because they do come with 3 trays of different sizes, release paper, and sealer, as well as the typical stickers, pens, wax, all that good stuff. So they do have a little bit more in there than you typically see with a premium diamond painting. So we do have the instructions here, the website, the help, the warranty, all that good stuff in here. And they do come open here at the top. So I've not looked inside. I've seen some videos though. So we'll take a look at what we have in this first one. And I will do the full toolkit with this one, but the others I will be a little bit more brief because they all have the same stuff inside. So we're going to pull it all out. You'll see it all pouring out here. Here we go. And then the diamond painting. So now we have an empty tube. So one of the first things you'll notice here is all the extra goodies here. These are their newer diamond painting trays. So these are the trays that I have done a couple kit ups for, that open and close with a push of a thumb, very easy and yet still very secure. So you get 2 small ones and 1 large one, because some of these do have some larger areas for multi-placing, where the bigger tray may help some. So 3 trays. Then we have some very sharp tweezers here. So since these are squares, a lot of people prefer to use tweezers. These are bent tweezers. I use them for my AB drills because I just find them easier than using putty or wax to place AB drills. So I do use tweezers for that. We also have this. This is our diamond painting sealer. And I have reviewed and used Artdot sealer on my diamond paintings, and it hasn't caused any long-term issues. It doesn't yellow, and it's nice and thin, so it's really easy to spread. So we have a whole large pack of sealer with this, as well as this little plastic tool here for spreading the sealer. Then we have our pen here with a couple pieces of wax, and this should be, yes, it is. Artdot likes to put the little silver sprinkles in their pens. Really, really cute. And it does have a multi-placer, and we do have 2 pads of wax there. So that's our toolkit. We also have a tray here. It's actually the top of the lid, but it kind of looks like it could be used as a tray as well. So you can put your goodies and supplies in that off to the side. And then of course we have all the diamonds here. They are in the trains, and again they are squares. We'll take a look at those in a minute. And then inside here we have the thank you card from Artdot with the QR code for a lot of information that you might need, and the 1-year warranty in there. So it's something you want to keep around in case you run into any troubles with the diamonds. Now this is a release paper, and I use this quite regularly. You've probably seen it on my channel. I bought a big set of release papers from Artdot, but these you get free. That's a big stack. There are 30 release papers in this, so that's enough to cover your entire diamond painting. So if you like working with release papers, which I do, you have a full set here to work from. And then we have our sticker sheet here. Nice big stickers, easy to read. You've got the symbols and the DMC numbers, and the AB drills will show up with this rainbow background, just like the Zoe Lee set, except we have stickers with this one specific to this kit. So that's really cool. So this one shows two ABs. We have 613 and 3866 there. Is that a 5 or a 6? I need to put my cheaters on. Yeah, 3866 as our two ABs with this one. And let's see, I'm trying to see how many colors. It was probably on their box. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 colors. These range anywhere from, I think, 39 to in the lower 40s for the number of colors in each one. And we have the size and the skew and the shape, total of 47,700 diamonds. And we do have our little artwork that we could cut out and put in a log there. So these stickers are cut. They will peel off individually here for kitting up. Now the one thing you will notice is you don't have containers to kit up in. That is the one thing that this kit does not come up with. So any sort of baggies or kitting up way that you prefer, you can use that. So no baggies with this one, but I do have a set of the 60 Artdot trays that I will probably kit this up so that we can begin it here, one of them at least, pretty soon. And I might even be able to get a small section done that I can show you to go over the spacing and all that with this. So here's our first one. You ready for the canvas? Let's take a look. Now this is the thicker canvas, just like the Zoe Lee set. It is scalloped. It is fuzzy on the back. It is nice, good quality, thick canvas that should stand the test of time and that you can kind of bend and move around as needed to do diamond painting and storage. So there we go. There's our first one. Isn't that cute? We got the little girl daydreaming here outside with her giant kitty cat friend. So I think it's really, really cute. These are hand rendered. As you can tell, there's no confetti or digital confetti. Everything there is as intended. You can see her face quite well. I see a nose, a mouth, the eyes, and even the eyebrows there, and her hair. And then of course we have all the flowers here, and looking over here at the top we have a lot of background. So this one does have a fair amount of multi-placing up here, so multi-placing tools will get you through that a little bit faster. Now this is a square, so that's the one thing I will be checking with these is the spacing for using multi-tools as opposed to single placing for these larger background areas. So we have the key here on this side. We have the key here on this side. And these are resin drill diamond paintings. So really, really special set here with all of those goodies in it. So let's take a look at the diamonds and see what we've got here for the ABs. That's a lot of diamonds. This is definitely feeling like a premium kit. So we do have the trains. I'll see what order they are in here. Looks like DMC number is the order. So we have 3042 and 3041, both those dusty purple colors. Here, I'll flip them so you can see the colors, and we'll go through them pretty quick here. We've got some greens, some tan, browns, more of the greens. Those both look like the same color there. Yes, they are 937 there. Dark green, more browns, yellow green. There's some peach. That might be part of the skin color or the flowers. We've got some orange and more greens and more orange. That is the first part. And then this one I see a lot of this $37.99. So the background, I'm guessing, is at $37.99, but we'll get through these first. So we have various skin tones here. Here's our first AB. You can see the sparkle there with these. This is AB 3866 and this one is AB 613. So some light colored AB drills. Let's see if we can figure out. I would bet that they're going to be in the flowers. Let me take a look just real quick if you don't mind. That's a D and a C symbol. So I see lots of C here around where she is napping on the kitty cat. And the D's, I see several, looks like, oh, that's pink. There's some through here. So it looks like the way the light is hitting the kitty here, there's some. And I'm sure there's some elsewhere, just looking at the bag, but it looks like most of them are going to be the way the light is highlighting our kitty cat here. And probably some more up at the top. So those are the two AB drills. And we have a lot of bright yellows here. And I think this is the background because there are several bags of this one. So instead of black, we get to have gray, which is $37.99. And probably some better quality drills than you typically see with black drills. And again, it doesn't matter the company. Black resin is just hard to do. So it's really good to see that the background is going to be this dark gray color. More browns, purples, and pinks for the flowers. And then I think we had one more here with really, really bright yellow green there. Some of this light gray, more greens. I love green, so this makes me very happy. And browns and tan colors. So those are the diamonds with this one. Quite a few diamonds. So 40 colors here, and some of them have multiple bags. So something you'll want to consider as you kit it up. Now typically, if I kit up into baggies, I will only open one bag at a time when there are multiples, and I will store the others in a Ziploc bag with the picture here to show where those drills come from in case they accidentally get separated at some point. But I try to only fill one at a time and then pull some more out as needed. So that's how I deal with that, rather than filling a tray with a ton of diamonds that then makes the tray difficult to use. But we do have these trays that do act as storage. So if you like to work color by color, this might be kind of fun because you can use the big tray for the colors that have multiple bags, and then the little trays for the smaller amounts, and work color by color on this canvas, especially since you do have release papers. So you can peel the plastic away, cover it with release papers, and instead of just working at sections, you could do whole colors if you want to. I probably won't. I like to do sections. It just makes each painting a little more digestible. So what do you think of that? Now these are available on the Artdot website. I think they came out today, but they are only available at the Artdot website. So they are not selling these on Amazon, at least not right now. Let me fold these up because I'm trying to talk over a lot of plastic sound here. And I don't want you to miss any information here. So these are only available on the Artdot site. I have a link below. That link is an affiliate link. So if you do use it, I do appreciate it because I will get a small commission from the sales that use my link, which can come back into my channel. So I do appreciate that. You also will see a discount code for 10% off for my channel. So I will put that below as well. So if you are considering buying these, you may consider using my affiliate or another channel's affiliate, whatever way can help you save some money. But you do need to buy them for now on the Artdot site rather than Amazon. Okay, you ready for the next one? We got all our goodies there. We'll grab this one and tear it open and see what we got. I love how colorful the tubes are. Oh, this is another favorite one. I'll show you the thumbnail first so you can see it. in full there. I can picture myself as a little girl laying in bed reading a book. I was an avid reader as a kid, and look at the expression on her face. She's so excited about what she's reading. She's really involved in that book. I have stayed up all night to finish a book before because I was so excited about it. So this one is called Cozy Reading, which makes quite a bit of sense for this. So this is the one I think that probably has the most detail, but even with all that detail, it's going to not be difficult because of the hand rendering. There's a lot of line blocking in this one, which you will see in a minute. So we do have the sealer. We do have the sticker sheet. Let me move these off to the side. The trays, the cover paper. Every kit comes with all of these goodies. So if you need to build up your stash of supplies, that's a good way to do it. So here's our sticker sheet. We have 2 ABs here. This looks like 39 different colors on this one. They are the same size. They are all the same size. So 47,700 square drills, but isn't that cute? So let's see what it looks like on the full-size canvas. And you'll see that it's upside down. You'll see what I'm talking about that even though there's a whole lot of detail on this one, it's going to be pretty easy to do because there is a lot of what we call line blocking. And line blocking is when you have lines of the same color. So especially here in the window, so even though there are several colors in there, you can still use a multi-placer and get through those pretty quick. But I love the way the plants are rendered. It's a little bit coloring book style, as I like to call it, where you outline something and then fill in the colors. So it's not black for the outlines. It's going to be the different colors depending on what the object is. So the plants will have a darker green or brown outline, it looks like, and filled in with lighter green. So we have lots of really pretty plants and vines. You can see how Simone views relaxing with plants. She talks a lot about the outdoors. So we got this really cute quilt here. We've got some floral paintings on the wall. And we have this really neat bookshelf here. So if we have an avid reader, it's probably hard to fit all those books in her room. So having an over-the-window shelf there is pretty cool, as well as all the way down here. She's got her little hot drink here. We'll call it coffee. Could be tea. Could be anything. And then we have the beautiful quilt with the little floral design on the fabrics. So I love quilty things like that. And we have her little hat here with flowers on it. Lots and lots of detail on this one. Her hair is long and braided. I had long hair like that. Well, I still do. But definitely reminds me a lot of sitting in bed reading as a kid. I used to pretend like I was going to bed, put a towel under my door, and then turn on my makeup light to read by so that I could stay up late and read as a kid when I was supposed to be sleeping. So good memories with this one, but you can definitely tell the difference here between what you sometimes see with AI art versus this, which is not AI, because you can really see her expression in that picture there. Really, really cute. So we do have 2 colors of AB drills. We'll go ahead and take a look. This may be my favorite. It's hard to tell because I like the kitty as well. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have the same feeling for the other 2 once I see them as well. So we do have 39 packs of drills here. I won't go into all the details, but I was hoping I could see the AB drills pretty quick. Again, the shades of color on this one, lots of brown tones there, tans and greens, a lot like the other one here. Some yellowish green there. Are those ABs? Nope. They almost look shiny there, but they are not ABs. I see the ABs. We're coming up on some of them here soon. Some more of the dark greens and browns. Love the colors on this one. medium brown. Not a whole lot of really dark colors there. That's kind of a really dark green, but there's not a whole lot there. So if you have trouble with the darker colors, that shouldn't be a problem. Now I see some ABs here. There they are. So we have a very, very pale tannish color and a very pale green as the two ABs, and then we have a lot of this off-white. And I suspect that we're going to be seeing a lot of that in the window here, and maybe some highlighting from the light coming in the window, and maybe a little bit around the coffee. We'll have to take a closer look, but not a whole lot of ABs to work with there, but there are some there. And then the off-white for the window, there's probably the most I see is this color here. I think those are all the same. Yeah, 3857 for some of the background of the bookshelf. And then little bits of peaches and browns. Really, really pretty there. Very nice, relaxing. This would be really cute in a little girl's room. So that is painting number 2. We're going to move along here, since we still have 2 more to go. And then I'm going to try to put you guys on pause for a little while and see if I can work a corner of one of these. I thought about taking a poll on which one I should work on first, but that would take more time. So I'm just going to pick one and do a little work on one to start. Do kitting up of one, and we'll see. And I'll share back with you, and then maybe I'll do a full kit up video at a later time. So let's see what this third one is here. Oh, wow. Another really cute one here. This is the one with all the flowers in the field. So we have a little girl wearing her little witchy hat. And this one is called In the Sun. You can see that expression coming through there, that she is got the light shining on her face. She is enjoying the summer sun, or spring possibly, with all the flowers in the field. Let's open this up and get a closer look. She's maybe gardening, because we have a little gardening set out there next to her. So let's see what we got here. Again, we have all of the goodies in here. And our tweezers lost their little gripper, so I'm going to put that back because we don't want to hurt ourselves with the stabby tweezers. They are very sharp. Let's see, there we go. Tweezers are now safe. So we have the sealer, the trays, all the extra goodies in there, release papers, and then we have our sticker sheet. And this one looks like probably the fewest colors, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Oh no, it's actually got an extra. I saw the blank spots here, but this actually has 41 colors with 3 ABs on this one. Looks like some orange and brown colors there for the ABs, probably the flowers, I would guess. So same count, 47,700 square drills. So you could hang these as a set. That might be kind of cool. So here's our cute thumbnail. You can see her gardening and just soaking up all that vitamin D there with the sun. So let's take a look at the full canvas here. There we go. Isn't she cute? And look at all those flowers. And again, you got that coloring book style to the rendering where all these flowers are outlined, and same with the stems. So you would outline them with one color and then fill in the colors there. And we have a fair amount of sky and background on this one, but it's not all one color. We have several different colors to make it a little less boring on the background, which I really like. We've got our hat, and I'm betting some of these ABs are going to be in the light colors here of her face and along the hat there where you can see the reflection of the sunlight. So let's move down a little bit here. Oh, we got a little tiny person, maybe a doll here off to the side. And I need to probably look a little closer at the picture for these details. That looks like a bird in a bird bath. Yes, so we see the bird in the bird bath. And what looks like a little tiny doll or fairy there. That's pretty cute. So all those details do come through, even in the smaller parts there. You can see the outlining in the feathers there, the bird, and definitely for the little doll there. So very, very cute image. Now the one thing that I usually wonder about, and this may be one of the first ones I consider doing, and that's skin tones and skin color, because the skin does look a little bit blocky here, but hopefully the colors blend together really well. So we're going to take a look at that maybe a little bit closer. So that's why this one may be the one I do a little sample of at the end of this video. We'll keep going and see what the last one looks like. But skin tones here, there's a lot of color blocking through here. But sometimes they can be kind of tricky on diamond paintings. Maybe her face there. So we'll see how that comes out. But I love her plaid skirt on this one too. A lot of line blocking there. So you're still going to get the detail, but it's not going to be difficult to diamond paint. So even though they say advanced on these because of the squares, they actually look like anybody could do them. So let's see what our 3 ABs are on this one. This one has kind of the same browns and greens, but I see a lot more oranges in this one and yellows here. That's my first impression here on the color. So we have a little bit of dark brown there because there is some of these outlinings in the dark areas under her skirt there. Got some purples. Lots of this color, which is probably in the sky there. 3827 there. We got 4 bags of that one. And 3 bags of that olive color. There's our ABs right there. Not a whole lot, so that shouldn't be too bad, and may not be in her hat. It may be mostly in her face and some of the flowers, because I see purple in the pink and that orange color there. So not a ton, but a few different colors there. I'm trying to see if I can tell 9 and E where some of these might show up on here. I think it's mostly going to be in the flowers because I'm not seeing it, those symbols here in her skin, which is probably a good thing. You don't want too much of the skin glowing, but maybe a little bit up through here. So I'll take a closer look at that. But we have some off-white, more tans, more browns, and lots of peach colors. I bet that's some of the skin tone colors right there. And then some of the golden colors for the flowers and the sky. So let's see here. Maybe this one for the lightest colors. But we'll just have to do a little test, I think, to see what we think of those colors. So that is the 3rd one. We got 1 more left to go through. So I hope you're still sticking with me here. We'll take a look at the final one. Boy, I'm gonna have a mess to clean up. That's okay, I got lots of goodies to work with here. So we have our last one. Isn't this one a cutie? So this is horizontal instead of vertical, so landscape instead of portrait mode here. But we got a tiny little girl or fairy in a little lake there with either lily pads or lotus flowers. It might be lotus flowers because that flower does look like it's coming up, and that does have a lot of symbolism for happiness there. So that is the thumbnail. And the outside of the packaging will be the same as the others, so we won't go through that. Let's see what we have here. Start with the sticker sheet, and then we have all the goodies again. So with a set of 4, you have 12 different trays to work from, and lots of release paper. And I would, for the sealant, because this looks like a package that may be difficult to reseal, but there may be enough in there to do more than just one diamond painting with it. So I might have a few things ready to go when you decide to open the sealer and use it. Maybe have a couple magnets or a set of coasters or something with it, because you might have enough in here to do just a little bit more than the diamond painting. But it does have the instructions there on the sealer. And if you like it, they do sell packages of just sealer on their website. So here's a sticker sheet, looks like 41 colors, and this one has 4 ABs on this one. So there's a little bit better closer up of the image there. We've got the cute little fairy there with those giant flowers, and kind of reminds me of Tinkerbell is the look that I see there. Cute little ponytail, the red hair, really cute. So let's take a look at the canvas and see if this one looks difficult. It does not. It looks pretty easy to me, because we do have all these big flower leaves here. We'll call them lotus leaves. And even though there are a few different colors in each one, there is areas of blocking, so it's not very confetti heavy, which is good. We've got the flowers here, and we have our little girl here, and you can see again the expression there on her, and you can see that it is very well hand rendered there, so you see all her details here, the way she's holding her hand, her face, her hair, all the details here in her little outfit, even though it's not confetti. So just like the other ones, you got the outlining there of the plants and flowers and leaves, and then filling in just like a coloring book, and same with her here with her skin. So I think it's going to be really easy. So we'll have to look more closely at the symbols when we actually start doing these, but I did notice I really like the ones from the Zoe Lee set because of the different colors on the symbols. I haven't run into any trouble telling them apart, and just looking at this one, it looks very clear there. So let's see about these ABs in here. All right, definitely lots of green in this one. So if green is not your thing, then you may not enjoy these as much, but green is one of my favorite colors. So I am looking forward to this. So you can see here, lots and lots of different shades of green. I think this whole strand is just about green there. Looks like 4 or 5 bags of this color here. Let's see what that is. That is $4.69. So yes, we have 4 bags of that one. And there's some orange. Are those? No, they're so shiny because they're resin. They almost look like AB drills, but they're not. So there's a little bit of pink, some reds for her hair. And then more shades of green here. I haven't seen any 310 in any of these, and even this one, it shows some pretty dark areas between the flowers there, but it is not black here. It is a very dark brown. This is $33.71. So that's cool. We got little bits of tan for her skin color. And some of these details, especially like in this one where a person here is smaller, you could change the skin tone pretty easily from your stash if you want to. Now it does become difficult for larger areas because of the blending, unless you have enough of various colors, but you can definitely change that if you prefer. But we've got some darker colors. Here's our ABs. There they are. There's all 4 of them. They look to be kind of tans, browns, and yellows, which are the flowers here in her hair and in the background. And here, the big lotus flower there. So that's where our ABs are going to go. And then finally, just a strand I already did here. Some more browns, reds, tans, and golds. There's some yellows in there. There's kind of a very pale bluish green. So, yes, I think we've covered just about all of them. So I believe I like them all, but I believe the one I will work on and come back and share with you guys is this one right here. So I will work on probably her face a little bit and maybe this area here. So I will get off camera, I will take off the plastic, I will lay the release papers down, and I will pick an area on here and diamond paint it a little bit and then come back and show you and talk about it. So stay tuned. All right, everybody, I am back with an update. So I was able to get some of this done here. Hopefully you can see I did most of her face here, so we could look at the skin tones, and it went into some of her hat, and I did one of the flowers there because that's where a lot of the AB drills were, as well as in the band of the hat there where there are flowers. So I used the release paper that came with the kit. I may have to zoom out here for a minute. And I covered the whole thing. It did come with 30 sheets and had plenty. Got some overlapping here, especially here near the top, since I kept this section open so I could work on it. And I had about 4 sheets left. So the 30 will definitely cover this fully. And I did not check, although I kept the plastic here. I'm going to check something real quick here. Okay. There we go. Okay. So if you do take the plastic cover off, keep in mind that one side will stick too much to the canvas. It is one-sided. So as you can see here, when I stick this side down, it's really hard to pull off. But when you stick the correct side down here, it comes off easily. So if you do take your cover paper off and you want to put it back on, be sure you know which side is correct for facing up versus going up against the canvas, because it is one-sided there. A lot of people will put like a little sticker on the side that's supposed to face upward to help keep track, but I'm not going to put the plastic back on this. I do like release papers and I use them quite a bit, so I will keep it like this. So what do you think? Here, can you see all the sparkle? So what I found was that the spacing on the Artdot squares is a little bit looser or a little bit more spaced out than say a Dreamer Designs current or a Diamond Art Club current, where you have to really push to get them to fit. There is a little space there, and I will show you here. Maybe it'll be more clear. Although these are mostly light colors, I'm not sure if you can see any of the light there between the squares. But if you have to work that hard to see, then it's not a problem. So if you are used to working with a really tight grid where you hear the clicks between the drills, this will not give you that. But I think it's easier to diamond paint because there's just a little bit more space or a little bit more wiggle room. And if you're new to squares, you don't try to touch the squares next to each other, because then your spacing on the grid will get off. So what you do is you aim for the center of that little square or the symbol. Some people choose like a bottom left corner or something like that to line up their squares. I don't worry that much because as you put the other squares around them, they line up themselves. So when you put like a square that's off by itself, it might even turn a little crooked when you first place it, but that's okay because as you fill in the other squares around it, they will straighten up. So here I've got a line here of individual squares. Sometimes they will wiggle a little bit in that glue and turn diagonal. Those actually don't look like they are, but once you put all the other squares around them, they straighten up. So here you can see really close up, really nice rendering, really good shine. Loved the resin drills. They were amazing. I found like one diamond that had a little tab on it with all these different colors. And another cool thing I found was that, let me zoom back out a little bit here. So I was kitting them up in the tray set that I have, and the stickers fit nicely on the front. I like to put the stickers on the front of these trays because it shows me where the opening is. Very quick and easy. So trays work great. They're sealed and the labels fit nicely. The symbols were all really easy to read. I had no issues with any of them. These are the colors that I did just in that little section. Several different colors there in that section. I haven't kitted them all up though. I was kind of kitting up as I went along rather than beforehand, so I still have those there. A whole pile there of colors I haven't used yet. So I did not get into the green yet or any of these other flowers, but I did get one of the flowers done. And I think her skin tone looks great. It is the art style here, so it's not meant to look totally realistic, but what I see is somebody who's had a little sunburn maybe, or a little sun color, maybe some tan there from the sunlight. So I thought it was really cute. I love her expression. I think it's rendered really well. So if you aren't used to squares, then just keep in mind to shoot for the middle of the symbol there, and they should line up nicely. And even though there is maybe a tiny gap, I'm really not seeing as much today as I thought because this did sit overnight. And sometimes they will kind of tighten up, the glue will kind of set or cure, and they will tighten up a little bit that way as well. But I'm not seeing all the light shining through. I'm gonna have to, maybe later, not for this video, but I will do one of the ones with the darker colors, but none of these have black, but some of them do have that really dark blue, and see how the spacing looks on that. But on this, it looks awesome. So what do you think? I think they look great. Very, very happy with it. I'm going to continue to work on this one. It'll go to my whip pile so that I can get a finish on this one, hopefully this month. I don't want to promise in a week or anything, but maybe by the end of the month here, I will have this one done and can share a full completion. But if you go to the Artdot website and their Facebook page, they are showing some finishes. So they do have some of these done that you can look at instead of just me showing you a partial finish here. You can see the whole thing done. So really, really cute images. And if you would like to purchase these, there are several ways that you can do it. I know there are different content creators, different videos out there. I have a link below to the product, and when you click on that link, they do keep track of where or which channel that you came from. So that is one way you can support the channel. And also I have a discount code, so when you use that, they know as well. And I will get a tiny commission, a very small commission. So I'm just putting that up front and letting you know that I do get a commission if you use my link, but you certainly don't have to. Use whatever means you can, but these are not on Amazon right now. So I'm not sure if they will go to Amazon in the future, but you do need to buy them from the Artdot site. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you will find these as cool and awesome as I did. I love all the goodies. Love the sticker sheets. Really nice sticker sheets here. And I did try, by the way, one other thing I should mention. I got the wrong, got a sticker in the wrong place. So I took it off. They are easily removable stickers and they peel right off. and they stick right back on. So really good labels. And having the sealer with this, as well as the release papers, really makes it a more complete kit. The one thing you don't have, though, is a set of baggies or ways to kit up everything. So that is the one thing you will need with these, but that's pretty typical of most diamond paintings. So thanks for watching. Thanks for continuing to support the channel, and have fun diamond painting. We'll talk to you next time.